Yesterday, Kyle Schwarber hit 4 home runs in a single game, becoming just the 21st player ever to do so in Philadelphia's eventual 19-4 win. This not only marked the 3rd time that a player has done that this year, which is completely unprecedented in baseball history, but it was also in this contest he managed to do something else personally as well, breaking an all-time home run record that had previously been owned by none other than Barry Bonds. I'll get more into what that is a bit later, but first let's go over each of his homers. Atlanta, oddly enough, had managed to get off to a 3-0 lead in this one when Schwarber came up in the bottom of the 1st, currently suffering an 0-for-20 skid, but he would immediately break out of this with a long home run to right field on one of the hangiest curveballs you will ever see, crushed into the second deck no less. His team would then manage to push across 7 more by the time he came up in the 4th inning, this time facing lefty reliever Austin Cox, and the same result would come to pass as in the 1st. Another hanging curveball crushed out to right field, this one only barely staying fair. It was this blast that I alluded to in the intro that was truly historic, as it allowed him to break the all-time mark for most home runs versus a lefty reliever by a lefty in a single season with 12, a mark previously owned by Barry Bonds. Shout out, by the way, to Cam on Twitter, who made the post I ended up seeing regarding this. Now, I can predict that some people are going to say this is a niche record, but considering that major league relievers are usually harder to hit than starters, and they're better than they ever have been, and lefties typically have a harder time hitting same-handed pitchers, I personally think this is pretty insane. And that's reinforced by the fact that the previous record holder was a prime, roided-out Bonds. Kyle wouldn't have to wait long to extend this record, coming up in the bottom of the 5th and this time taking a fastball high and away to left center field, registering one of the more impressive home runs from a strength standpoint you'll ever see. This brings us to the 7th, when he was facing off against a righty reliever this time, Schwarber, who, on a 1-2, hung a changeup this time, seeing Schwarb's blasted off the ESPN sign and straightaway right, registering his record-tying 4th home run of the ballgame. But in a manner that isn't very common overall, he would get a chance to attempt to break the record when he came up in the bottom of the 8th, facing essentially slow pitches from a position player this time, but alas it wasn't to be, as he would pop up a 57-mile-per-hour bowling ball to left field. Still, not only did he manage to tie one of the most impressive single-season records ever, as, bear in mind, there have now been 24 perfect games ever thrown, and like I previously mentioned, just 21 instances of what Kyle did, but he also broke that separate record on this night as well, one that was impressively previously owned by the dude with the most home runs in the history of Major League Baseball. Talk about a solid day at the office. Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebepoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, have a great rest of your day.